The ultimate women's car, the Range Rover Evoque. Been around since 2011 as that cute little Range Rover. Today, the car we have with us is the R Dynamic trim. And as you can see, it looks way better than the usual Evoque. So yalla, let's get to it. Let's see what this new Range Rover Evoque has to offer. Our keyword for today is going to be stylish. Beginning with the front, we're looking at matrix LED headlights, and the car is the R Dynamic trim as mentioned in the start, and that's why you look at so many black accents around the car, beginning right here with the logo in black. We're looking at black grills, we're looking at more vents on the side which is in black, the bumper is lower than usual, and you also have black accents on top here. So as you can see, stylish. Moving on to the side, you have 21-inch gloss black rims, but what I love about this is the cute little detail that they've gone into, which is on the tire valve cover, which is the British flag. I think that is such a cute little detail. Now the front and the side are very chic and very cute, but coming over to the rear is when we're going to look at how the car actually changes, and that's where the style usually takes place. So for me, the front and the back are the most stylish parts of it. The side, not so much because it looks a little compact. But then again, that's what makes it cute and stylish. Alrighty, so hopping to the back. As you can see, the R Dynamic trim really shows well here because of all the black accents. We have all black Range Rover here. The name Evoque also in black. And right under that, you do find a little badge that says P300. What is the P? In this case, it is petrol. For diesel engines, it would say D. But since diesel is not available in our region, petrol is what we're sticking with, and that's why P300 for this model. And it is the HSE trim, which is way more expensive than your basic Range Rovers. So here we got the R Dynamic trim as well as the HSE. So definitely we're looking at a higher price, and I'm going to come to that by the end of this review. So to wrap it up, exterior wise, the front super stylish, the rear super stylish, the side not so much, but then again, all in all, a very stylish car, making it perfect for the ladies. Alrighty, so let's get into the car, and before we do, what I'd like to show you is how cute the door is. Everything's cute about this car. Alright, so for me to be unlocking, as you can see that the handle is seamless on the door, and I can't press anything to open it up. So what I need to do is unlock and it pops out. So it has puppy handles, and I would be getting in, and if once I'm inside and I lock the doors, they go right back in. So that's really cool. Yalla, let's get in. Alright, so now that I'm inside the car, the first thing I'm gonna notice is the smack of luxury in your face. But that comes at an added cost. So for instance, what I mean by that is this has 2 screens. That's the first thing I'm going to notice as soon as I sit in. But the basic Evoque doesn't come with 2 screens. The lower part of it is more manual. And the next thing that I'm noticing as I look around is suede roof liners. And that feels so nice and velvety. And also the visors are covered with that. And now that I'm here, the mirror here is also really nice. It has a little light. So ladies, that's probably what you're going to need for all the makeup, etc. So a really cool roof liner, feels really nice. And coming to the color, I love this as well. And I also noticed that the seat has the British flag pattern on it. That is very interesting. So remember the tire cover valve on the outside had it, and it also has that here. So really well done on that. Little details is what matters. Alright, so enough about how it looks as soon as you sit in. Let's get into what the interiors really have to offer. Alright, coming to the steering wheel. Now, the first thing I noticed is that it's a little longer. It's more oval shaped than round. I don't know, it seems a little long. Heads-up display comes again at an added cost. Now, why do I keep mentioning added cost is that the basic level Evoque doesn't have all of these features. And if you need all of this, it definitely comes at an added price. And that I will come to at the end of the review. Alright, moving on. What's on the left of my steering is controls for my instrument cluster, which is all digital in this case. And it also helps me for controlling infotainment. Now, these scroll buttons are buttons as well as touch, and that feels really nice because if you want to increase or decrease volume, you can either press the buttons or you can just swipe around it. So that feels really nice in clock and anti-clock. And on the right hand side of the steering, we have our speed limiter and cruise control options and lane keep assist and etc. other pretty safety features. Now this specific R dynamic trim comes with paddle shifters, the regular ones don't. And what else is on this side? Alright, we have 16 direction seat adjustments, so you can literally go in every damn direction that you want. And you have 3 memory profiles for the seats, and of course here are your mirror controls, etc. Alright, let's hop on to this side of the car. Cool, so center console. 2 screens, it's called the Touch Pro Dual because you wouldn't get the bottom screen in the regular one as mentioned. The one on the top controls infotainment, navigation, phone, etc. And the one on the bottom is for your vehicle settings and climate control. Now climate, it could be controlled with 2 knobs. The one on the left is for temperature and the one on the right is for fan speed. It also has different vehicle settings like traction control and descent, etc. So that's right here. Now the gear shifter has P as a little button, so as soon as you press that, the brake also engages. That's your parking brake engages. Now when we come on to here, this is where my problem lies with this car, and probably one of the negatives because I use this area a lot on a usual basis in regards to storage. Number 1, I don't know what this is. I genuinely don't know what this is. So is it a tray? What is... I don't know. And right under that are the cup holders. And you have 2 sizes for the cup holders, the smaller one and the larger one. Cool. That's nice. But what is this? And weirdly, the instructions tell me this needs to be sitting in the glove box. So only when I want a tray is when I'm going to use it here. And it takes me forever for it to like sit in. Now, Land Rover should have just been smart and made it slide or something better than this. Because this part kind of just kills the entire look of the center. So this is something I genuinely dislike. And the next thing, which gives me a problem, see, we're stuck with it again. Alright, the next thing that gives me a problem is this part. The armrest. Now, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. It doesn't make sense why it splits. I feel it should have just been one whole unit, and if they're trying to go with the look of an armrest per se, like so, it doesn't really work. This doesn't really work. Now, if I want to open the whole thing, I need to open them individually yet again. So this happens, so they don't even open together. Now, the storage-wise, yes, the volume, there is enough of space here, but just overall, the fact that this is pretty heavy, you open one at a time, and this area is what I actually am disappointed with in the car. But other than that, the center console-wise, really cool. Let's hop over to the back and show you how spacious this car actually is. Now I'm in the back seat. What's the first thing I realized is that I'm not crammed up. And that's really surprising because this car kind of gets smaller as we go to the back like a little fish. But it's spacious. So I feel like I'm in the belly of the fish right now, but this part is actually really spacious, and I think that's kind of compromising on the boot space. Now, what's around me? The first thing that you're going to see is my favorite sunroof, because the panoramic vision, again, is just so nice. It's just the whole thing right around there. And for people sitting in the back seat, or the kids, or anyone just seated here, this is such a nice view to have. Beats the driver's seat like any day. I would actually prefer being driven around here. Now, what else is around? We have USB charging ports, 4 of them. We got 2 on each seat, and this comes at an added cost. And here, 2 at the bottom. This is a standard. You have 2 AC vents. And in regards to storage, we do have cup holders here, which could be folded right back inside. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna hop back in front and we'll discuss more about the car. Alrighty, coming to features, and my favorite feature in this car is right up here, the panoramic sunroof. Now, I honestly have never seen the sunroof as clear as this. It is seamless, the panoramic vision is beautiful, and it is huge. And I don't know, this just gives the car a whole different feel, and when you drive it this open, daytime, at night, it doesn't matter, it just gives you a really nice feeling. So I really like this. Favorite feature, hands down. Now, something I wish that was there in the car is to probably push up that luxury 1 notch higher would be interior lighting. It actually doesn't have that. Probably it could be added on, I'm not sure, because that's not present in this car, and I feel this car is pretty high up in regards to luxury. Now, what else do we have in regards to features? In infotainment wise, we're looking at our Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, etc. we do have, yes, this is what I have to be telling you. The car modes, the graphics, the way it changes when you select each mode. For instance, when I'm on Eco, it has nice green trees. When I get onto Comfort, it has the northern lights. And if I were to get onto something like a sand program, you look at desert dunes. So that's really interesting, and it kind of adds these little details, makes you feel good about this car. Alright, coming into safety features. Now, something which is so important for this car specifically is the blind spot monitoring. And that is because no matter, even when I check my shoulder and I'm looking over to check my blind spot, I can't see anything, just because that seat pillow kind of crunches and gets so compact that it gives me really low visibility as to, is there a car there, is there not. So I really need to be depending on the blind spot monitoring. Now, it also has a bunch of other features, let's say lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, speed limiter, lane departure warning, has park assist, 360 surround camera, and a bunch of other stuff. Honestly, all the things that you would need in regards to safety, the car has it. But something that you really need to be relying on in regards to safety is the blind spot monitoring. It is actually very important, specifically for this car. Alrighty, so let's drive. And I like the gear shifter, so it is nice. And as I mentioned, the parking is a nice little button, so you can just press that and you are into parking. Now, the engine on this is a 2.0 turbo engine, 4-cylinder of course, so you can actually hear that turbo working. But now here's my issue with it. It doesn't really respond. Now, I'm rolling at 30. I'm still stuck at like 84. So for all that pushing, it doesn't really respond. I feel like there is a lag with the car responding. I don't see that immediate response. Like the minute I hit the gas pedal, it doesn't respond. It takes a good second or two to actually respond to what it needs to be like. Your 0 to 100 is quick, to be honest. It's about 6.6 seconds. And that is actually really good. But then again, my whole point of telling you about that lag and responding is that you feel like the car is slow. You don't feel like it's doing that well in regards to how it responds. Now, I've been driving on comfort mode. You do have different drive modes, like I was showing you around the features with their different graphics. So you have eco, you do have dynamic, etc. But then again, it's still, I feel a little underpowered. That's the right word I'd use, because I don't feel that Range Rover touch to this car. I feel it is a very basic entry-level Range Rover, so it doesn't really live up to the name of the big mean Range Rovers. Probably because this is a girly car. Then again, I wouldn't really be the one to be judging about it, but this is what I feel about it, and it's pretty much a personal opinion. Now, in regards to how this handles really well, that's something I would definitely give it a plus for. In regards to smoothness, definitely also pretty good. And I'm at a red light right now. I'm going to be hitting the brake a wee bit, and it gets into hold, and that is brake hold. Now, for me to disengage, I need to just be hitting the gas pedal oh so slightly, and that disengages. So it kind of puts you into your safety feature of keeping the car stationary, even though it's on D. Now, what else is really good about the car is the fuel efficiency. It is actually pretty fuel efficient. Of course, you shouldn't be pushing it around too much, and any car is going to be fuel efficient. And something that I actually have a problem with right now, my sunroof is open, panoramic roof, the sun is glaring directly on the screen here, the bottom screen, and it's glaring. So that's probably something that could be fixed in some way. I'm not really sure how. That's for Land Rovers to think, but that's actually really annoying right now because it's actually glaring and I don't like it. So I really need to be covering it up. Alrighty, signals back to green. So I really want to show you what it would be like on a 0 to 100. Let's slow down also slightly. Okay, I'm on 10. Oh, did you feel that jerk? See, this is my point. It gives you a lot of jerks. Pushing it, and now we're at 100. Okay, so it takes some time, honestly, to respond. So that's probably my only issue with the drive. It doesn't give you that thrill of driving and just having fun with the car. It's is really calm and tame, and that's something personally I don't prefer. So yeah, that's pretty much what I would have to say about it. Alrighty, so that's pretty much what I have to say about the drive. Probably the last issue rather I'd have, other than it being nice and smooth and really good. The issue is that on a speed break or a hump, you'd expect a car of this sort, since it's an SUV, and to just go smooth. It's not smooth. And it's really bumpy. The minute you go on a hump, you can feel the entire car go like wobble wobble. So I feel that is something that could be worked on in regards to suspensions, etc. So that's something that could be improved upon, definitely. But other than that, I think it's a very smooth drive. It's a great daily, absolutely. But if you're looking for fun and thrills, this car doesn't offer that to you. It's more of a logical and a sensible car. Alright, so concluding this review, let's number one begin with the price. The car we have with us costs 328,000 dirhams. Now the basic Evoque begins at around 170,000, but to bring it up to this, it costs about 328, and it can go higher based on all the additions you're putting onto this car. And that, honestly, in my opinion, is pretty steep for what it has to offer. Now, if it were me, I'd add in a couple of thousands more, let's say about, not a couple, but let's say 30,000 more, and invest into a Range Rover Sport, a basic one. And that gives you the thrill, it gives you the fun, and it gives you all the luxury that this one has to offer as well. To me, the Evoque would be a perfect mom's car, a perfect independent woman car, and probably a great 18th birthday present for a girl. But in regards to performance, unfortunately, it lacks on that, but it offers great luxury and is absolutely stunning when it comes to style for the girls. Then again, let us know what you think about the car, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we have a lot more coming your way. Thank you so much for watching.